we've had a lot of doomsaying come out in the past week. We had the malicious AI drone story where Vice reported a military AI drone killed an operator in simulation. It was a horrifically written article, in my opinion, especially as things unfolded. It became clear that their source was not a reliable source. It was speaking without just say the permission of the Public Affairs Department of the United States Air Force or the Royal Air Force, whichever one that they worked for, because it wasn't clear based on the different reporting. And, the other thing was it wasn't actually an operator that got killed. And then in the article, it said like paragraph 5 or 6 that it was a simulation. And then it comes out afterwards, after the whole Air Force trying to clean up the horrible crisis that it created. It wasn't even called a simulation. It was a logic test or something like that.
Right.
And,
whatever that means, right?
right. I mean, but everybody was making it out to be Skynet's out there killing fucking people. Pardon my French. And, not safe for work. Sorry, folks. TechCrunch did a nice summary of the article. They blew it out of the water. This is an example of why AI is not dangerous. It's not sentient. It was really clearly a machine learning kind of algorithm where it was rewarded on points for getting answers right. The correct answer was for it to blow up the enemy. And the barrier to it blowing up the enemy was the operator who was telling it not to blow it up. So it blew up the operator in the simulation or whatever it was, the logic test. So it was really bad logic. It was horrifically formed analytics. If we're trying to keep our own guys safe, that has to be rule number 1, keep your own people safe, right? That has to be above all. You're not supposed to blow up your operator. You're not supposed to blow up their comms tower, their vehicle, I don't know, their skateboard, whatever it is. I mean, it's just like, come on, man, what are we doing with this? So, let's talk about that one because that got a lot of widespread news, and then we can pick up the letter and the Washington Post story.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm not really sure what a logic test or a thought experiment, I think, was another term I saw used in regards to this after the news broke and the military tried to reel it back. But I also wonder to what extent, kind of where this, if there was an AI simulation going on at all. I think it's not even clear what happened here, whether anything happened here, right? But if there was an actual simulation, and
right,
the simulation was being run, where was this particular algorithm in terms of its reinforcement learning, right? Because that's part of the process, frankly.
I mean, that's part of training, right? You're going to see this happen with military AI. I mean, like, maybe that's really what the issue is. It's military AI, and everybody's like, "Oh, fuck, military AI." No.
Right.
But it's already in play,
Right. It's the same. It's called, obviously it's far more substantial and significant if this were happening in a real battlefield situation than if it's, let's say, ChatGPT in a content marketing department. Right. But at the same time, it's almost like the same reason we are, you try to train or fine tune a generative AI tool using reinforcement learning. Which for anybody is not familiar with that. And, Geoff, you kind of spoke to it a little bit in terms of earning points and so forth, that what reinforcement learning will do. And sometimes it's sort of stealth reinforcement, between, let's say, two GANs in an adversarial network kind of situation.